This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And roaming the sideline for tonight's game, our Allie LaForce. The Timberwolves again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. And of course, Dante DiVincenzo. Team moving on here without him.
And his fans, teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all that he's brought to the table. But I like what the trade does for them. I bet it helps them right off the bat, not to mention in the long term.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points of the ballgame. The shot by McDaniels, no good. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team, fairly deep, with size up front.
That can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Now, here's Johnson. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Now Murray. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Screen by McDaniel. Embiid in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Over Gordon. Embiid, no good.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Denver passing it around. White's in the screen. Davis in the corner. And Davis throws it down.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Murray outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And here is Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McDaniels. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
McDaniels making excellent use of the mid-range there.
Johnson attacking. Outside for Davis. Back to Johnson. Inside. And it's Davis finishing it off.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Of the big men in the league, Doris, Anthony Davis, to me at least, has always been among the best one-on-one scorers.
Well, that's because, Kevin, he is a three-level scorer. He can be a lot threat. You can put him on the box or at the elbows. You're going to have to draw a second defender if he's on the face-up because he can't get guarded one-on-one.
And it's Davis missing. Timberwolves trail by 3. Murray surveying the D. Here's Embiid. Outside for Murray. Goes up on the high post. And it's Denver with the rebound. Stolen by McDaniels. Down low. Pass to Murray Boyle. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And that's an intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Here's Johnson. And the layup's good off the glass. Johnson's got 5 now.
Well, you gotta love the confidence this kid plays with. Johnson feels like he can score inside whenever he wants.
Now, here's McDaniel. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Here's Johnson, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. Here's Cole. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Yeah, just catching your teammate in stride right there, that makes the game easy.
Here's Davis. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Tie game in Minnesota. And back in a moment as we'll get underway. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you, guys. Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and your results, they'll be the results. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Johnson in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Rebound, Minnesota. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Well, looking at Cam Johnson, Doris, what are your thoughts on the evolution of his career?
I mean, so much yet to be decided, Kevin, because when he came in, people thought he would be the prototypical role player, just a 3-and-D guy. But as he's matured, he's shown some high-volume scoring threat to him. So how this plays out will be interesting.
Timberwolves passing it around. Bull can't hit. Mitchell with it. Scoreless thus far. And he drives in. Brown's shot is off. And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Pass to Bull. McDaniels outside. Stolen by Reed. Mitchell with it. McDaniels picks him up. Here's Clark. Misses and the dry spell continues. And they go to the intentional foul. And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. McDaniels up top. 5 points in the game. Pulls from the top of the key. Buries the jump shot. McDaniels got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Pass to Embiid. For Davis, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
Davis owning the paint and gets it to go.
And just a good job of getting a high percentage look. Davis knows how to put himself in position to attack.
Pass to Pajemski. Back to Embiid. Clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. The Nuggets trail by 6. Now, here's Johnson. He has 5. Pass to Davis. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Kessler the screen. A floater. Murray, good.
This offense just continues to impress.
Here's Denver now. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. To the inside. Here's Davis. And finished off by Davis.
The foul couldn't hold Davis down. His scoring ability is just that strong.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Murray right side. Can't connect from 14 feet out. For 3, Gordon, what a play, simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And a huge 3 there to chop the lead down as we go into the break. Still anyone's game.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, GA, you just can't say enough about the skill set of young Trey Johnson.
I mean, this guy came into the league ready. I really like how he gets to his shot, regardless of what the defense throws at him. And he can be dangerous if his defense gets to the same level as his own.
Johnson. Nice defense from McDaniel. Now Murray. He has 5. Fires for 3. He can't hit that time.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Johnson outside. Rebound by Murray. Timberwolves leading by 4. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Embiid the screen. Fades and shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Nuggets trailed by 4. And here is Johnson. He has 5. Pass to Watson. 5 to shoot. Another miss by Johnson.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Here's Murray. There's Embiid with the dunk.
He just knows where to go. Embiid positioning himself perfectly to get the putback.
Johnson for 3. Rebound, Minnesota.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now. Looking a little out of sorts.
Murray left side. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
So they foul intentionally. And timeout called by Chris Finch. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds, it moves like he did. Not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
Substitution on the court.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Johnson, no good again that time.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
To the middle, stolen by Reed. Johnson with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to Johnson.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Watson. Here's the three. The shot, no good. Minnesota leading by 8. Here's Caldwell Pope. He has yet to score. They set the pick. In the corner, Bull with it. Shot clock at 6. Can't extend the lead to double digits. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. A different look for Denver. The Nuggets trailed by 8. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And when Davis gets going, you are in trouble because he will just power through you to get to his spots.
Now, here's Brogdon. And the dunk by Bull.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Screen by McDaniel. Wide open look here for Murray. That three off the mark.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Denver calls timeout. the Timberwolves making a change here. The Nuggets trail by 6. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The drive by Mitchell. Davis. Pass to Brown. Back to Davis. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Here's Murray Boyle. No scoring in this one. Corner shot. And no good. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. There. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. Picked by Reed. Johnson's shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 6. Here's Murray. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. Murray's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Timberwolves. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Embiid in the corner. Murray outside. Rebound by the Nuggets.
I'll tell you, this is not a game he'll want to individually remember, but they are positioned to close this thing out.
Back to Johnson. He takes it in. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And this is how lethal Johnson can be on the attack. When he gets a lane, this young man's locked in on the rim.
Murray with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. The shot by McDaniels, no good. Here's Reed. Nice defense from McDaniel.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Timeout called, Nuggets. Go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Denver's head coach was saying to the team. He said to his players, I believe in you. I know what we have. It was less about X's and O's and more about the team's identity. Guys, they play for one another.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Johnson with it. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Davis knifing inside.
And look at Davis driving in with aggression and taking it right to the rack for the jam.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Timberwolves leading by 4. Murray outside. Now McDaniel. And stolen by Gordon. Here's Davis. Davis sets a screen. Johnson, and down goes the three.
Well, this team has a lot of confidence in Johnson, and he has a lot of confidence in himself.
Screen by McDaniel. Now Embiid throws it down. What an assist!
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
1:56 left in the game. Davis inside. Got it to go off the glass.
Stepping up, Davis is a fantastic option late. You know, with that height and skill set, he's going to get a good look.
Now McDaniel. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Embiid. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Oh, in a close game like this, that is the kind of mental lapse you have to avoid.
Johnson outside to take the lead, and that one is good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Murray. Now Embiid. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now here's Johnson. Outside, Davis. Lets it go. That one is off. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Here's Embiid. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. Timeout called, Nuggets. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
And this is it, guys. Down one, they got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Johnson outside. The three is off. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's